my name is Blair, and October is finished. We are moving on to November. I keep thinking like, wow, next year I'm going to be a senior in high school, and I'm kind of freaking out about it. But today I'm going to be showing you my October reads and my October buys. First, I want to tell you the most exciting news that I've probably ever received. I have been accepted into the American Music and Dramatic Arts High School Summer Conservatory, which means, okay guys, I'm from the Midwest and I've never been on the East or West Coast. Well, I was in Florida once. So basically, for 2 weeks this summer, I get to go to New York and live on the AMTA campus and take a bunch of classes. And my major is vocal music because I want to do musical theater. Because I love acting, and acting is so important to me, but I also love musical theater and singing, so if I do musical theater, then I get to do singing, dancing, and acting, and take classes on all three of those. When I got the email that I got accepted, I was in pre-calc and I just screamed. Like, I was so excited. So the exciting part of this is that I have to film like an admission video, which means I have to form vocal music. I have to perform two 16-bar cuts of two contrasting songs. I chose everything else from Next to Normal, which is my contemporary ballad, and then I chose You're the Top from Anything Goes, which is my up-tempo standard. The first book I read this month was Ask the Passengers by A.S. King, and I actually listened to the audiobook, and I loved it so much that I bought the physical copy. Now people, let's just take a break here to tell you about this amazing opportunity. So I'm not being paid to say this, but I found a website called Thrift Books, and you literally get books for like $5. I bought 4 books for under $20. That is incredible. I wanted it so I could write in it, find my favorite quotes, and so it's not a big deal to me if it's not like perfect, because like Pauline Banana's book says, it's just paper and harder paper. This book is about a girl named Astrid Jones, and she is very philosophical. She falls in love with a girl, and she doesn't want to label herself, and everybody in this little small town, she's from New York City, so she's moving to this smaller town, and everybody is very, very small-minded, and she doesn't want to be labeled. She has to decide whether she wants to just come out or not, whether she wants to be labeled or not. And it's very, 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 very good. My next book I read this month was Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. It's about a girl who is allergic to everything because when she goes outside, she's sick. And this family moves in next to her, and the boy who lives next to her is very interested in the fact that she can't go outside, and they fall in love, and it's fantastic, and it's really, really interesting. It's a brand new story. I've never read anything like it, and I definitely recommend it. The next book I read this month was Sway by Cat Spears. This is my first Cat Spears novel. This book is about a boy who's kind of like a con artist in his school, but he has the inside with everybody. Even the principal has an in with him, so he controls pretty much everyone, and a football player hires him to help him get this girl. And so he goes and makes friends with this girl, and he's trying to figure out the perfect plan for her to end up with this jock. And he kind of falls in love with her, and it's very intense, and I really, really liked it. So if you want a short contemporary novel from a boy's perspective, high school, all that jazz, pick it up. The next book I read was Across the Universe by Beth Revis, and I have a review on this one, so you should go watch it. This book was really, really good. This is my favorite cover. This is definitely in competition with Made You Up for best cover of the year. It is so beautiful. I love how you don't really know that it's faces at the beginning, like when you first look at it, but then there's like the beautiful galaxy, and it's so pretty. This is a book I was very happy to get the original cover of because they changed the covers. The main premise is that they're on a ship, and they have the ship blueprints on the back, and it's so cool. This book is a fantasy novel, and I was not in the mood for a contemporary, and I was looking around my library, and I was like, I want to read a fantasy. And I think it was on my TBR. Maybe it wasn't, but it looked cool, so I picked it up. And this book is about a girl named Amy, and her family agrees to go onto this ship and be frozen so then they can be sent 300 years away to another planet called Centauri Earth. And then our male protagonist is named Elder. He is the next person who's going to be in charge of the entire ship. he thinks outside the box, and that's what draws him to unfreeze Amy. And Amy's like, what? She's like, no, don't unfreeze me. Actually, she just almost dies. But also, I have a galaxy on my hand. Thank you to my friends at my acting troupe for drawing this on my hand. It's about a huge ship traveling to a new planet, and there's many generations on the ship, and nobody knows what's like right and wrong. So it's really cool. The next book I read was Zack and Mia. This book is about two teenagers who have cancer. It's a cute little contemporary if you want a short read. That's cute. Pick it up. I really enjoyed it. The ending is really good, so read it. The next book I read was Sex and Violence by Carrie Mesrobian. Now, if you didn't know, I read Cut Both Ways by her, and you can go watch my September wrap-up if you're interested in knowing more about her books. This was her first book, and this was a very good debut novel. I liked this book better than her other book, Cut Both Ways. This book is about a boy who moves a lot because his father's job requires him to move a lot, and so he always has a new school, and he doesn't really make any friends. He just has sex with lots of girls, and he gets in with the wrong girl and gets beat up and like brutally hurt, and so he has to go to Minnesota to this lake with his father to heal up, realizing that sex isn't the most important thing, and being with his father is important too. And it was a very short read. Me a little bit just because I have been so busy. The next book I read this month was called Openly Straight by Bill Konigsberg. This book was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a different take on an LGBTQ book, and I really, really loved it. It is about a boy named Rafe, and he's pretty much the calendar boy for being gay in his town, and he lives in Boulder, Colorado, and it's a very open town. Everybody kind of accepts him, but he doesn't like the label that he's put on himself because he's been gay since 8th grade. He came out in 8th grade, and he wants a new experience. Since he's always pretty much been known to be gay, he wants to try being straight. Not really like dating girls, but like not having that label on him. So he moves to a boarding school, an all-boys boarding school, and doesn't tell anybody he's gay. So he's openly straight, and he falls in love with a boy, but he can't really tell him. I gave it 4.5 stars because I didn't like the resolution at the end, but then I found out that there's going to be a second one, and I got so excited. I hope it's not like a companion, because Bill, I don't want a companion. I want, yeah. And these are the books that I bought this month. A Million Suns, I wanted the original cover, so I bought it on eBay for like $3. I got this one from Barnes & Noble, but the other 4 I got on thriftbooks.com for very cheap. Now, Thrift Books, hit me up because I'm repping you. I love this website. It's so cheap. So yes, those are my October reads and my October buys. I read 7 books this month, but I've been so busy. If you have any suggestions for books based on what you think I like, then please comment below, because I love books and I have a huge TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!